Hi, my name is Sheila. Welcome to my video. I'm going to be talking about how to maintain your focus, but I'm going to be talking about it in a different way, in a way that helps us sort of understand that there are a lot of things that just really don't matter. I have been working on putting together some courses lately. We have a creator group and we share comments and check in once a week. The last time that I checked in, one of the things that I talked about was how to be able to determine what's really important in my life, especially when there are all these other things going on. I reached back, I want to say decades ago, and it was decades ago, to a personal sort of motto that I used to have for myself. It was a question that I would ask. In the grand scheme of things, how important is this really? That was what I shared with the creator group last week. We get caught up with a lot of things that are going on, especially right now. I have to remind myself that even though I am working towards certain goals and I am on my pathway and I'm taking my own personal journey, that there are these little challenges, that'll pop up. It's like, I'm running for it. And then, those little obstacle things pop up and you got to jump over them. Sometimes you fall, sometimes you get hurt, but you always want to get back up. In the grand scheme of things, when these challenges and obstacles and things pop up, sometimes we let those magnify and be like way bigger than they are. So I have to remind myself, you know what? I have a house to live in. It's not perfect. There are things that I'd still like to do with it. There are things that are broken that some days I'm just wanting to scream. I have vehicle to drive. My daughter has a vehicle to drive. Some people don't have that. I have a profession. I have skills that I've been able to use to make money, to be able to do certain things. Not everybody has that. The pandemic changed life in terms of income and how you're able to make money and provide for your family. It changed a lot for some people, and we have to keep that in mind. So when I'm thinking sometimes that, oh my gosh, things aren't going my way, and not necessarily my way, because most of the time they are. When you think about it, they are. It's just not that straight path that you envision for yourself. We don't envision our paths as having turns and, valleys. We envision our paths as being almost perfect and without things being placed in front of us that are actually going to make us wiser, stronger, and more experienced, because most of the time they are. When we're done and we've gotten past that obstacle, a lot of times if we look back, we can recognize that there are certain good things that came out of that, even if it was nothing but the fact that it made us a stronger person. As we continue to go forward into 2022 and 2023, my goal is to really tap back into that and to remind myself, Sheila, when you're seeing some hiccups, when you're seeing some lemons, what are you going to do with that? What is the positive takeaway that you can gain from that experience? And that really is my goal for myself. Part of what I'm saying to myself is, how do I become my best person? The best person that I want to be for me, not for other people. Not I'm trying to be a certain kind of Sheila for somebody else. But when I look at myself in the mirror, when I think about the values that I have, when I think about how I want to carry myself in the world, because in a way, you wind up being a role model to young women who are coming along, even when you don't even realize it. There were people that I looked up to. They didn't know that, little Sheila was looking at them, but little Sheila was. And as Big Sheila's here, Big Sheila is remembering that there are other young women and young girls who are out there and that who are looking at what we're doing. And so we do have to keep that in mind in terms of responsibility. I know not everybody cares about that. I do. I do want to present myself in a way that especially young girls can maybe model and see as a good person. Not a perfect person. Understand the difference. This particular month has been a bit of a struggle for me. I have not been meeting my goals as I would like to. So what am I doing about that? I'm not going to get down in the dumps and cry about it. Every day I'm taking the opportunity to say, okay, how can I get back on track? You know, again, in the grand scheme of things, nothing has blown up because I'm off my track a little bit. The question now is, how do I get back on track? And how do I put some things in place so that the next time this happens, I'm not way off track over here, maybe I'm way off track right here, you know? It's a learning lesson, a way to do things better, a way to be more prepared. So as I sort of go through this, part of what came up was the number one resource that we can't ever get back, and that's time. Even as I have tried to be more efficient with my time, sometimes things just take a long time. There's just no way around it. And I hear people sometimes say, oh, you know, work smarter, not harder. I hear people say that. And it's you know, it's a disconnect from what that person's really talking about. Because in some instances, things just take time. We don't have a time machine. You know, there's no way to sort of fast forward through life. And I don't want to fast forward through my life anyway. I want to take advantage of every opportunity that I have. And I want to be fully present in the moment so that I can learn from it and truly enjoy my life as I'm going through it. I don't want to wish my life away. In terms of getting back on track, one of the things I'm looking at is, you know, what can I put in place? Again, as I said before, part of it has to do with things that I'm saying no to and things that I'm saying yes to, things that I can set up so that it doesn't take me as long to do them. So I'm finding ways to cut down time with some things. And I'm looking at just cutting back on some of the things that I'm doing, really and truly. I want to do more live videos on my YouTube channel. Sometimes I feel a little weird about that. I do tons of Facebook Lives, but for some reason, doing YouTube Live is weird. I'm gonna have to work on that. You know, if you guys want to go with me down the road to do a live, let's do it. I need to commit to it. But yeah, so those are some things I'm going to be working on. Again, taking this sort of in the grand scheme of things. You know, I know some things fell through the crack. I know some of you were just like, did she just stop putting videos on YouTube? I didn't. I just had a lot going on. I was recording videos for Facebook and things over there. There were some things that popped up over the last couple of weeks that were unexpected for me. So I had to switch gears really fast, like that. But I'm integrating, you know, some of this back in here. So stay with me. And if you're, you know, sometimes in that position where you are feeling like, oh my gosh, you know, things are just really out of control. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just take a moment to breathe. Just take a moment to chill. You know, sometimes it's worth going for a walk. It's worth getting in some retail therapy, just walking around and doing some window shopping. I do that sometimes just to sort of get out of my workspace and environment and just get some fresh air. And then I come back renewed and ready to go again. It could be journaling. It could be getting on the water rower. You know, it could be calling up a friend and having a conversation. Could be meditation, could be prayer. Whatever works for you, use that to sort of bring you back from worrying about all of those other things, sort of saying, you know what, in the grand scheme of things, I can fix this. And that's actually what I said in the comment in the creator group. It's like everything else, it's fixable. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, check out my other videos, and give the video a thumbs up. Peace.